Atonement for Me, Episode 61, Finding Your Baseline. Hey Magical Misfits, it's Kate and Ivy, and welcome back to Atonement for Me. So, if you've been following my journey through my podcast, you'll know that I have had a very interesting healing journey, both with myself and with the people around me that I have conversations with. But the thing that I've found hardest in life beyond trauma is finding your baseline of normalcy. Because you went from being on high alert and relying on your instincts for so much, it gets your body super, super tense and super used to springing into instinctual situations. And I went from a really abusive relationship to a really abusive relationship in that there was a lot of manipulation and gaslighting. And many of those incidents didn't really come up until years later that I recognized them as problematic, because it's hard to see it on the outside, especially when I was in a relationship that was abusive and went to another one. So I didn't have a baseline of what normal was. My normal was not being able to think because your opinions you got told all the time that you were wrong. Or if you said something that happened, they'll say, oh, no, it didn't. But you know it did, because you wouldn't have brought it up if it hadn't. But if you have years of saying things and having another person say, nope, that definitely wasn't a thing, that definitely didn't happen, you start to doubt yourself. You question, you don't trust yourself and you don't trust your instincts to be in a place where you know what you should do. Because one of the first conversations in abuse that people usually bring up is, why didn't you just leave? And there are so many reasons why you can't. And there are so many possible reasons for not. But usually all you can think of is, I don't know. I just couldn't. Because you need to block off that part of your brain. Because it's no longer your normal. Your normal isn't being lied to all the time. Your normal isn't being hurt all the time. And that changes the way you think and the way you will react to situations. Getting past that, once you've gotten out of those situations, that conditioning in your mind isn't going to go away. When you break your arm, yes, you can put a cast in it, you can straighten everything up, but it's still a healed spot. It's still a weak spot. It's never going to be exactly the same. Same with your brain and same with you. So if I'm not in a situation anymore where I am being abused, but if I'm in an argument with somebody and they say you didn't do something or you're lying, and one of the first instincts I have is, did I forget something? Because that's also something that goes with trauma, is memory loss. Is this me? Did I forget something? Do I really not have an understanding of my surroundings that I think that I do? And often the person is just arguing with me And then we resolve the argument and continue on our way. But that sticks with me because I've had so many years of going, was it just me? Everybody's telling it, but I don't understand. And then when you're in a healthy setting and you're in healthy relationships, even with like your friends and your family, that doesn't mean you always are going to know what is normal. And your reactions may seem blown out of proportion or odd for the scenario that you find yourself in. It's because if you experience that trauma, sometimes you don't understand what normal is supposed to be. And by somebody saying, no, that's not normal. Okay, that's great, but explain to me why, because I honestly have no idea. And often people are just like, you're an adult, how do you not know? It's because I have been in places where I've been functioning as an adult, but not necessarily at an emotional level, or I've had to be in situations where it is just fight or flight and there is no kind of 5-year plan for that. It's not this becomes this becomes this. It's, am I going to die if I do this? And that's just the tea.